we always go to these events, whether it's rodeo, whether it's whatever, and we like to smoke cigars and just kind of be at peace of mind. It's just something we do together, so we started a cigar business where we can actually be at ground zero and make you feel like you're in a real cigar lounge at whatever event you're at, whether it's a blues concert, whatever. And it's just a vibe that we like to bring. Check it out.
It's slick, guys. I just went in there. It's like I said, it's a shame I don't smoke cigars.
Sitting there anyway. I'm like,
Yeah, listen, he's got leather chairs, and all you think about is a little glass of bourbon. Are there no children in here, right? This is such a wonderful opportunity. I'm here because Houston's buddy Shalila Dowley had to be in Huntsville, so she sent me. All right. So you get the older generation to come and talk about this, but this young man I am so impressed with because we participated in his back to school bash. When was that?
July 28th.
Yes, July. I mean,
24th.
and you should have seen the number of people there. Quite a few organizations. The Stand Up Mobile was there, Southern Poverty Law Center, Black Voters Matter, because people were interested in getting information and materials on what is it that we need to do to be civically engaged. But certainly this year, as we enter a major voting season for us, all right? The biggest thing that's so important about it, and I've got a map outside, you're more than welcome to take a look at it, is Mobile is included in a new congressional district that will give this particular part of the country an opportunity to have a second African American represent them in Congress. Now, why is that important? How do you think we get this? They're talking money here. How do you think the money gets here? We've got to have somebody sponsoring that and helping us bring those dollars here. And without having that happen, listen, the heavy lifting has been being done by Selma, who, tell me, I'm losing it, the senior moment. Terry Sewell, right? The only black, and she's a Democrat. Now granted, we're nonpartisan, so we normally don't talk Republican or Democrat, but here she is. She's been doing the heavy lifting to get African Americans money in Alabama in Congress by herself. She's the one who's responsible for the new bridge, right? But guess what? When the bows were being taken, guess who was taking all of the bows and doing the victory right? So the point is, this new congressional district will give us a second person. And the reason I'm saying black is because that's the reason it was actually put there. It was actually, this is one of the few times that you find a piece of legislation that actually discussed race. But we knew that we were out of sync. We had 7 people in Congress, all white males, and then Terry Sewell. But our population said that we should have 2. So here we have an opportunity to have a second. And it really does behoove all of us to make sure that we get registered and we go and vote. Now, not only is it because we have an African American who's going to be there, but look, another representative for this part of the state. Think about how, look, a lot of stuff gets lost between Montgomery and getting down here. When you wonder, how come we don't know about that? How come we didn't have that, right? Something about that 2.5-hour drive, sometimes it just doesn't make it here. This is an opportunity for us to be engaged and make it happen. So we've got material on that, and I think that's really key. The big election coming up in November 5th. If you're not registered, we can help you get registered. We have a QR code, and the best part about it is that Houston was smart enough to actually put this in place, and you can take this with you. Because if you're in this room and we're talking about it, you probably aren't necessarily the ones that we need to be talking to all the time. You probably are the ones who are maybe much more engaged and know exactly what's going on. But take it with you. If you've got an 18-year-old in your household, make sure that they scan this to check their registration and or that they register. We just had a suit was issued just yesterday. The Supreme Court, the federal court just had an injunction against the Alabama Secretary of State for purging the rolls. Purging the roll means that they take your name off of it, all right? Names were taken off. You're not supposed to do it. The law says, Alabama law says not more than 90 days. We're more than 90 days into an election. So no one's name should have been taken off the roll. What you want to do is just scan this just to check and make sure your stuff is there, all right? If it's not, you have an opportunity to put it back. Last day to register is October the 21st.
What's the
And
last day
that's
for absentee ballots?
The last day for absentee ballot is on the 18th, all
Uh-huh.
right? Now, an absentee ballot, you can go online and actually get an application for that. It's a real complicated process. So if you need to do it, reach out to us, Legal Women Voters. Even the probate office is good. Reach out to them in terms of being able to get whatever you need, or if it's someone in your household. The best thing you need to know too is that there was a Senate bill that the Alabama legislature moved forward, Senate Bill 1. They took it up on the first day that legislature was back in session. It was designed to say that you could not help a disabled person or a senior citizen with a ballot, with an absentee ballot. The best part about that is that there's been an injunction, so that's kind of sitting. We don't have to worry about that anymore. You got a senior at your household or at your church or at your job that needs your assistance, someone who might be blind, they can't write, and even if they need you to go with them into the poll and then help them negotiate the ballot, you can still do that without worrying about whether you're committing a felony. Because Senate Bill 1 actually had it where that you could be accused of a statute, like the sentence of a statutory rape. What nonsense, right? But if we know that those things are out there, the point is that we become much more knowledgeable and we're aware and we know what to do about it. So this is the main reason that I decided to come over, was not only because I fell in love with Houston, right? And there's a gentleman, and I told him about it, a gentleman in the Alabama legislature right now who represents Montgomery was in a conference with me. And he said, he's a barber, owns a couple of barber shops in Montgomery. What does he start talking about was the way that he decided he wanted to run for office. He says, I can't tell you how much I have somebody in my chair, right? And he says, not only are they telling me what's on their mind, but they're educating me about what's either not right in the community or issues that need to be worked on. He said he gained so much information by that he decided, you know what, I think I'm gonna look into it. Guess who he wants to talk to? Mr. Owens. We won't put him in touch with him, because we need people to run for office, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got one young man who's in here now, but the idea of having any and all of us, if you want to put your heart into it, it's an opportunity, and the neighborhood and the community needs you. We do, male and female. We need you to do that.
That's awesome.
So,
Real quick, I know we going live, right? Can we address the guys that has felonies?
yes.
I have a few barbers that I
Okay.
run into, that they have felonies and they think they can't vote. So
Yes.
we can't address them and show them?
I've got the whole sheet out there. There's a whole list. This goes back to 1985 when the Alabama legislature redid the list of what was considered a felony and would prevent you from actually being able to vote. That has been changed. And there's that whole group of things that are on that list that you can. If you paid all of your fines and fees and you've served your time, we can actually help you get your rights back. We work with a group called the Greater Birmingham Ministries in Birmingham, and we have a phone number for they actually work with the University of Alabama to be able to go through and help you make the steps to clean it up, to get your rights back. And while there's enough time to be able to do that for those of you who have no fines and fees to pay, anybody else, if it has to take a little bit longer, the point is you might miss this one, but you can be ready for the next one. The next election coming up is the local election. We've got a
Which is
big
very
local
impactful.
election
Very
coming up in August, and we need a new mayor. Hey, is it in this room, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? But the idea of thinking about what needs to happen is, the way to get it is get this information now. And I just say share it. Anybody that's in your household, you need rides to the polls, let us know that. All of those are things that are really, we don't have a newspaper. People complain to us all the time about not having anything to read. Seniors say that. They're the ones, they said, I need to read this stuff a lot of times, several times. I need to read it several times to get it sometime. So just keep that in mind. Share it as much as you can. If you need anything else, let me know. But take this with you, okay? Take that with you and get everybody in your household registered. And even, at your church, take it to your church. Take it to your schools. We've been into schools this year, which has been kind of unusual. We've been into Saraland and some of the local high schools. We've been to Spring Hill College, University of South Alabama. So the schools are everybody's very interested this year for some reason. We love it. And the point is that it will help all of us. We need to be engaged. I heard a lot of talking in here, so you folks got stuff to say. Everybody needs to hear it. So, and that's really key. Thank you so much, Yusuf.
Thank you.
I'm out here.
We have shirts for everybody, from the Black Voters Matter.
Yeah.
Get y'all shirts and go to the polls with
You
them.
just scan this other code to get the shirt, okay?
And real quick, man, I want to do a presentation. This year, this is the first Barber Shop Talk. We don't have no plans for y'all, but 3 times a month we want me and Tremaine and the Brave Barber Reflection crew want to honor these guys with some shirts. All right, so if we can, Tremaine, Chris. All right, so we want to honor these guys with a Barber Shop Talk. First edition, y'all can get this next time. So on the back of it, it explains embrace the culture, elevate your expectations, right? Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move with that and keep it going, man.
Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you, man.
Thank
Appreciate it. I was gonna ask anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a certified
Picture real quick. And whenever I get that show, we want to get a picture with everybody. We want to put the message out that we do come together. We all trying to connect the dots. We all trying to build our community up. And it starts right here in our local amenities. All right. All right. Give everybody a simple round of applause. Man. Give everybody a No.
Who are we looking at?
Cameras on.
Okay.
Straight ahead, right? All right, great job.
Thank y'all. And I think this includes the first mini barber shop talk.
Yeah, I know the game should come on in about 20 minutes, so we got open bar, we got food should be done, we got wings, we frying fish outside. We also got the cigar show. Y'all please support these people, man. The food is free, the open bar is free, of course.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Yeah, take